So here is the location for today. I'm out in beautiful Barnhart Vale, out on some old homestead land, and there's a lot of dilapidated old log buildings around, and there's no one here. Oh, there's a cow up there. No one here but me and a cow and probably a few more cows. And there's been some ravens getting stirred up over there, and it's just absolutely silent and peaceful. Just my kind of painting environment. This is the landscape that I'm going to paint, and it's really important at the beginning to look at it, study it for a good 10 minutes, looking at all its features, how things align, where is your horizon line, where might be the central focal point. On a day like today when it's overcast, there isn't an apparent central focal point, so you make one in your mind, you make one into your composition as you're forming your concept in your mind. This is the typical layout of colors that I put out on my palette. So I put on a skin of liquid for oil painting, and it allows the paint to dry a little faster. Which I want for the lower layers so that they dry quickly, and then I can put thicker paint on top. It also lets you remove paint if you've mispainted a line or you want to move something from here to there. You can just wipe it off quite easily and not have too much of a impression of that color left behind. Okay, so it doesn't have to be a perfectly even coat. It can be lumpy here and lumpy there, it doesn't matter, as long as it has a coat. So I'm going to envision the concept on my board. I love the slope of the land, so there's my sense of place. The cabin will be positioned there, and then the horizon, the land horizon will be there. My horizon line is actually equal with the tops of the grasses right there. So everything will be an upward point of view, looking up at the cabin. And then we have trees and sky. So I'm visualizing the position of things and the size of things. And it really helps by getting that bit of foreground in first to produce a sense of scale for the other elements that are going to go into it. It starts loose, gestural. I use my brush to sight the angle for the roof. That angle is a little off, so with a little bit of Gamsol on a paper towel, I just remove it and redraw it. Now building in some dark shadow value. You'll notice I'm holding the brush like a toothbrush. It helps the shift take place between left brain and right brain. I don't know why I took the brush in my right hand. I don't really even remember doing that. I'm going to make my central focal point right in here. More light is hitting that back gable, so it's gray and not dark like the front. And then the roof is all broken up and extends beyond those, beyond the gable. There's a really nice range of values in the sky. So I mix on the board as much as I do on the palette. Some painters start with the sky and then work their way into the foreground. And some people start with the foreground and move into the background, and others just ping pong all over to wherever their intuition leads them. I don't really see a right or wrong to any of those. I find when I'm painting that I let the scene dictate how it's going to be painted. I shouldn't have put that blue in there. I wasn't thinking. There's trees going in there, so that's why I took it out. Now I'm wiping out where I thought I was going to have the central focal point, and it turned out that it didn't really work. So I ended up painting it over. When I stood back from the painting, which is good to do frequently while you are painting, but anyway, while I stood back, I could see that that central focal point wasn't working. So I grayed it out, and then I saw I did have a central focal point, the roof line where it meets the white of the sky. Later, I wandered over to an area where there were beautiful fall colors and painted these trees. For more information on the workshop, the Autumn Colors Plein Air Workshop, October 14th and 15th, 2023, please visit www.mairibudreau.com.